Hey everyone, tell me if I'm wrong here, but this is what I believe. Most doctors don't actually want more money. They want more time, like time with their families, time to be present instead of exhausted, time to enjoy the years that are happening right now, like not someday. I mean, at some point, I think you realize, and we all realize, that life is short and opportunities don't always come around. And in this episode, I want to talk about why chasing more income often misses the point of this whole thing and why control over your time is what really changes everything. So stay tuned.
Welcome to the Passive Income MD podcast, where we talk about creating your ideal life through multiple streams of income. If you enjoy hearing about this stuff, make sure to hit subscribe. Now let's get on with the show.
Okay, just checking in on everyone. How are you doing right now? I don't know what it's like in terms of the weather where you're at, if it's crazy, if it's cold. Right here as I'm recording this, just so you know, even though I'm here in Southern California, it is pouring outside. That means there's no better day to be talking into a mic right now indoors. But wherever you're listening to this from, I hope things are good on your side of the world. Whatever we can do to support you, we are here. Now, in the last episode, we talked about something called the freedom shift. I love talking about this phrase. It's like that whole moment when you realize you don't have to quit medicine to feel free. And so today, I want to go one layer deeper than that. Because once you realize that freedom is possible, I think the next question that naturally comes is, like, what am I actually building toward? And here's what I've learned over time, both personally and from working and talking to so many other physicians out there. It's not more money. Like, it's not about the money. It's control over your time. Tell me if I'm wrong. I met a lot of physicians who actually make great money. Like, on paper, they've done everything right. But when you talk to them, there's this weird, quiet, unsaid or unspoken tension that's like sitting there and lying maybe in the background or whatever it is. Like, they always feel like they're rushing around. They're always tired. They're exhausted. They feel like there's not enough time in the day for themselves. And they're always telling themselves, well, things will get better someday or things will slow down eventually. Maybe they're afraid to say no. They join committees. They do everything that they're supposed to do. Maybe they're afraid to cut back a little bit. So meaning that if patients are showing up, they're going to see them. And if there's time in their schedules, they're going to make sure it's filled to the brim. Maybe some are going at that speed because they're afraid that things might change. The contract could change. Admin could do something. Or maybe an unexpected life event could throw everything off. And I think we all know somebody, right, in our lives where something unpredictable happened and we've said to ourselves, I don't want that to be me. So for this type of doctor, maybe they're earning a good amount of cash by everyone else's standard. It's a lot of money, but they're trading time that they'll never get back. And then that's when it starts to hit them. It's not a problem of money. It's a time problem. Hey, what's up, everyone? Just want to ask you a quick question. Are you ready to take your medical career beyond the traditional boundaries of medicine and amplify your impact? Well, I want to tell you about the Leverage and Growth Accelerator community. Just so you know, we created this exclusive community just for physicians like you who want to expand their identities without giving up their doctor identities. It's an add-on. It's not a replacement. When we hosted our first Leverage and Growth Summit, I know many of you have been part of that, we realized that so many doctors were inspired by the what and why of entrepreneurship, but needed help with the how and when. And that's why we created this community called the Leverage and Growth Accelerator to help doctors learn how to start, grow, or scale a thriving business and connect with like-minded individuals who also want to make a positive contribution to the world. Within this community, you're going to experience a life of greater fulfillment. It's really a powerful antidote to burnout where you can leverage your medical degree for new opportunities and take command of your time and schedule so you can invest in your family's future while enjoying today. In the Leverage and Growth Accelerator, you're going to have access to educational materials, you're going to have insights from expert speakers, small group coaching, and most importantly, you're going to have community support to help you realize your untapped potential. And we're so confident in the transformative power of this members-only community that we're offering the first 30 days for free. If you're interested, I want you to take advantage of this. This window of opportunity is not going to last forever. So go now to lgacommunity.com. Again, that's lgacommunity.com. If you're ready to take your medical career to the next level and make a profound impact in the world and do it together with other like-minded people, it's time to join us. We can't wait to see you inside. Now I want to acknowledge something. Talking about money is not really a thing in medicine, something we're not really supposed to talk about. Like in your med school interview, if somebody said, why are you going to medicine? You said, look, I want to live a good, stable life, make a good amount of income. You're not getting into school. And I get it. I think a lot of us, I think the truth is a lot of us didn't go into medicine to get rich. We did it because we're passionate. We feel like there's some sort of calling or purpose, and we want to do good things for ourselves and for humanity and our society. And of course, the byproduct of that, of living a good life, then that's great. And so as a result of this, and especially we're worried about people thinking we're just doing this for the money. Like we don't talk about money at all or very little about it, or we feel uncomfortable about talking about money and it feels wrong. But I want to let you know all this talk about money, it's not about greed. It's about realizing something that I think is really human, that life is short. If you have kids, the age they're at right now, you know that it's not going to last forever. They're only going to be in the house for so long. Your energy, your health, it won't always be there in the same way that it is there today. And opportunities that you might have in front of you right now, they're not just going to wait until it's the right time. And I think one of the scariest things that happens for a lot of doctors is they realize my goal has changed. You stop asking, like, how much money can I make? And instead you start asking, how do I make the most out of the time and life that I have? So if money isn't the goal, and time becomes the ultimate asset, control, and having that control and focusing on that is how you protect it. Now, over the years, talking about financial freedom and time freedom, I found that there are 3 levers of control. Now, these 3 levers of control, you need to know about them. I mean, you don't need to master all of them. You don't need to pull them all at once, but you just need to understand how control is actually created in the lives of us physicians. Lever number 1, increasing income without increasing how much you work. Now, I think most doctors know this lever pretty well. They know that if they pick up more shifts, take another call, maybe increase productivity, do certain types of procedures, they can make more. And earning well is important for sure. But if your income requires your constant presence, meaning you have to be there for you to create income, it's basically just another high-paying job. It owns your time. Like this lever by itself, it doesn't give you your life back. Now, it's an important lever, but of course, every time you pull that lever, if more money comes out, it just makes this whole grind more comfortable. But there are other levers that you need to learn how to pull. Now, there's lever number 2. I call this the reduce financial drag lever. Like this is a lever that actually creates breathing room. We all know it's not just about how much you make, but how much you keep at the end of the day. So increasing income, the upside is important, but reducing the drag on the downside creates more of a gap for you, meaning that you're more in your pocket at the end of the day. And you don't realize having this financial drag, it's quietly slowing you down, weighing you down, making you take longer to get to your goals. These are things like paying high taxes that maybe you shouldn't have to pay, or if you're more strategic about it, you could probably pay less. Obviously, lifestyle creep, things that you don't even know you're spending on or that maybe you shouldn't be spending on, but that are making it harder for you to save more money at the end of the day. Maybe there's bad debt out there that you have to pay off. This could be really high interest debt, credit card debt, whatever that is, that maybe you shouldn't have on your balance books. And so I always tell people, look at the second lever, meaning that maybe you don't need to earn that much more. Sometimes you just need to stop carrying around so much weight. Like reducing that financial drag creates that gap or that margin for you. And ultimately that gap or margin, that's what starts to create real options. And of course, lever number 3, my favorite, it's create income not tied to you. This is all about passive income. This is where things really start to change. When your income isn't tied to your hours, there's unlinking of time and money. That's when everything starts to shift, both internally and externally, whatever that is. Like it doesn't matter where that comes from, whether it's real estate, businesses, passive investments. These are all just different vehicles. I know I talk a lot about real estate or business, but those are just some vehicles. There might be some other ways to do it that make more sense for you. The key is just to unlink time and income. That's when control starts to show up in your life. And even a little bit of control can really change how you live your life and how you spend your time. And here's a funny thing. Here's something I've seen over and over again. Doctors don't need to replace their entire income to feel different. They just need a little bit of separation. They just need progress. When that starts to happen, when one shift is taken up, when one holiday, you can say no to that, when they start saying yes to the things that are important in life and no to the things that they don't want to be doing, they show up differently at home, at work. They find ways to become more present with their families. And mainly it's because it's not about fear that's driving your decision. Control doesn't necessarily remove all the work. It just removes like that baseline urgency, panic, stress. And I think you know what I'm talking about. So I'm going to leave you with this. I think at the end of the day, you probably heard this. No one wishes they worked more. No one wishes they put in and took more shifts and banked more money. They all wish they had more time to do the things they loved with the people they loved. And those are the things, if there's anything in terms of regret, that's what people carry with them. So more money isn't the goal. I hope that point has come across clearly. Time is the asset. Control is what protects it. And when you build in that control intentionally, use those levers, you give yourself the chance to live and practice medicine however you want, on purpose, intentional, and live the life that I believe that we all deserve. Thank you, everyone. Hope you got something from this. Let's talk again soon.
Enjoy the show? Let me know by dropping a review in the podcast app you're listening to us in. And if you haven't already, make sure to hit subscribe. Join thousands of physicians who are also on this journey to creating their ideal lives through multiple streams of income. Learn more at our website, passiveincomemd.com. Thanks again for allowing me to be a part of your journey. See you next time.